alt-right. Aren't women supposed to be, like, super liberal? Yeah, well, I think that I have a lot of things in common with people in the alt-right, but again, I have some grievances with them. I might get into that at the end. So I have 5 main reasons why I call myself alt-right, and I'll explain some of them. The first is that in the modern world, in the Western world, a lot of people are trying to demonize being white, the color of your skin. They're trying to say all white people are evil. All white people are responsible for the oppression of minorities. All white people are racist, even if they have friends of color. I mean, and I am a white advocate, I'd say, an identitarian. Because I think being white's something to be celebrated. If you're white, you should love the fact that you're white. There's nothing wrong at all with taking pride in your race. Everyone else can take pride in everything they want to, their sexuality, whatever, so why can't I take pride in my race? And since it's such a demonized thing, I want to help make it not, and show that a nice girl like me can be an identitarian, and it doesn't mean she's a crazy racist or anything like that. And I care about the preservation of European history and this kind of thing. And you see that some people are trying to erase it. Even around here, they're taking away historical monuments, and that makes me mad. So, the second would be I care about the future of the white race. And with all the declining birth rates of majority white nations across the board, it poses the question of, will the white race survive? Will the white race become such a minority that others just kill it off? So, since I love my race so much, and since I love myself so much, and since I look at the things that my race has accomplished, and they're wonderful things, and so thinking about it, getting to the point to where it doesn't exist, because not enough people are having children, because of, I'm going to get into that in the next one, that makes me upset. And so I want to be someone who can make it a good thing for strong, healthy families and having 2 or 3 children. The third one would be I'm anti-feminism and stand instead for traditionalism. So I think feminism is feminism and women's liberation, when it's the exact opposite, is to blame for a lot of the problems that plague European society, Western society now. It's to blame for the declining birth rates largely, I'd say, because it tells women that they don't have to settle down and have children. That's not a good thing. It's better to just spend your life partying and getting used by a bunch of men. So, and also you need to waste your early years when you're most fertile and wait too long to have children by trying to climb up the ladder of a job that you don't even actually care about and that is destroying you at the end of the day. So I stand instead for traditionalism, which is better for society as a whole, the family, men and women. It's better for everybody. Embracing traditionalism isn't about acting like an old woman or walking around in shackles all day. It's about dressing in a way that doesn't portray yourself in an unflattering light, and dressing in a way that makes you happier at the end of the day, knowing that you're not just a sexual object. Because a bunch of feminists complain that they're being objectified. Well, you're walking around with your boobs out and a thong. What do you think's going to happen? So I stand instead for traditionalism and traditional values. And the fourth would be I'm sick of Islam and migrants and refugees that do arguably nothing more than pollute our nations by bringing incompatible ideologies, rape, murder, and feed off the government. I don't think I have to say much other than that. If you want to know my extensive opinion on this, all you gotta do is look back through my videos. Then, the fifth would be I'm anti-globalism, multinational banks, and corporations. This I'll make a video on to explain more, because I think I shouldn't just dumb it down for this. I want to make a long video on it. Some of my grievances with the alt-right are kind of, it's 3 things. A lot of people in the alt-right want to say, but it's just a joke. And jokes are great, jokes are fine, but if you really value, like, this movement and making it become more popular, and so we can actually win the culture war, you have to stop spewing this white Sharia bullcrap. If it's just a joke, that's fine. Even though I think people are actually advocating it sometimes instead of it just being a joke. And also saying all this anti-women stuff. You have to be careful when you're doing that, whether it's true or not, whether women are to blame for the downfall of society or not. Generally, you don't say that, like, out of the gate. You don't make that like your, hey, women suck, here's my platform, women suck, and that's just the platform. You don't do that. If you want to win the culture war, you have to make sure that you don't alienate women by saying that they're terrible creatures and that they're useful for nothing other than having white babies. Even if that's one of the best things they can do, saying that they're useful for nothing other than that kind of scares them off, and it kind of closes us off from other potential people who could help us further this movement. So that's one thing I don't like about the alt-right. A second thing would be, actually I'm going to skip over that one. Can't really talk about that. A second one would be homophobia. It's natural, and it's not that big of a deal. Not that many people are gay, and sure, you might say it's degenerate. Well, the the gay pride stuff they go out there doing, making out in the street and everything, that's degenerate. But homophobia itself is just, it's something you're not going to be able to control, and we have kind of a lot of closeted gay people that I know are gay in this movement. And I'm surprised they're still here because everyone says homophobia, blah, 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 blah. We can't make ourselves seem like crazy people, or otherwise that just gives our enemies more fuel, because they're going to say, oh, well, the alt-right is full of homophobes, and then people who could have potentially came over are going to be like, oh, no, they're just backwards. But advocating for the white race and things like that, that's obviously, if they construe that, it's obvious that they're misconstruing it. But if we just say, I hate gays, and then they say that we hate gays, it's the truth, because we said it. But I myself am acceptant of, I accept homosexuality. I have a few gay friends. I don't really care. I don't think it's as big of an issue as people try to make it out to be. So that's why I call myself alt-right and a few of my issues with the alt-right. I hope this was like a semi-entertaining video. I'm trying to talk about more positive things, but I'm having a hard time doing that when people ask me, why do you call yourself alt-right? You're alt-right. I had to make a video to explain.